and welcome to Today Matters, our short devotional in the Word of God. My name is Chad Bickley, and I serve as executive pastor here at Skyline Church. I've had the privilege of growing up in a Christian home and have heard thousands and thousands of messages and devotionals. These messages and devotionals have helped guide my thought process and helped me develop a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. However, if you are like me, we forget these messages over time. But over time, there are also those messages that you will never, ever forget. About 10 years ago, I heard a devotional from a teacher that has stuck with me to this day. It was a devotional that I remember because the topic had such an impact and challenged me in my walk with Christ in such a deep way. It is definitely a topic I have failed at time and time again. The topic, complaining. And that is a habit that gets worse with use. The habit can get so bad that you don't even know it's happening when you are doing it. When I think of destructive things that can hurt the cause of Christ, complaining is for sure on that list. Philippians 2:14 says, do everything without complaining or arguing. Not some things, but everything. Think about that for a second. Everything. Have you ever been around people where all they do is complain? And if they are not complaining, their body language lets everyone know exactly how they are feeling. I believe there are two kinds of people in this world. People that are energy takers or people that are energy givers. When a person is complaining, they are energy takers that are sucking the energy right out of the room. There are a couple of responses by individuals that happen when you get around a group that starts to complain. The first response is that one person will complain, and then another person will feel the urge to one-up that person with a bigger complaint. All of a sudden, you have a spark that quickly turns into a full-blown fire. The other response is that you are sick of hearing people complain, and so you shut down and get extremely frustrated. The problem with both of these responses is neither of these responses will help the situation. This is why you have to have a strategy to combat these people who complain. This morning, I want to give you 3 quick and easy strategies to help you combat the habit of complaining. Step 1 is to simply identify when you are complaining. Can't change a habit if you do not first identify it. Once you have some self-awareness that you are complaining, then you can just move on to the second step, which is to develop a habit of thankfulness. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, give thanks in all circumstances. Being thankful in all circumstances leaves zero room for complaining. Complaining is a habit, but so is thankfulness. Every day we have a choice to complain about a situation or be thankful for it. So if we are following Philippians 2:14 and doing everything without complaining or arguing, and following 1 Thessalonians 5:18 by be thankful in all circumstances, there is not room for anything else but to move to step 3. Use your words to build up others. Ephesians 4:29 says, let no corrupt talk come out of your mouths, but only such is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. I cannot tell you how important this is. How are you building others up? It can be through a text message, a note, a phone call. A great illustration of this is former CEO of Home Depot, Frank Blake, who built his company on handwritten notes. This is a section of an article that I read about Frank. When Frank announced his retirement 3 years ago as CEO of Home Depot, employees flooded him with handwritten notes of appreciation. I got boxes and boxes of notes, Blake recalls. They are the most important mementos from my time at Home Depot. Those notes brought a spirit of gratitude full circle. During his 7-year stint as CEO, Blake set up several hours every Sunday for handwritten notes, thanking standout employees for their service. He estimates that he wrote more than 25,000 notes to everyone from district managers to hourly associates. I'd see the notes framed at their stores, he told them, so I knew it mattered. Little things matter big time. Your words matter. Remember that you are either pouring water on a situation or gas on a situation with the words you use. As Christians, we all strive to live a life that makes God look good. By choosing to live a life of thankfulness over complaining, you know what happens? We make God look good. Look at Philippians 2:14-16. It says, do everything without complaining and arguing so that no one can criticize you. Live clean, innocent lives as children of God, shining like bright lights in a world full of crooked and perverse people. I love how the Message paraphrases these verses. It says, do everything readily and cheerfully, no bickering, no second guessing allowed. Go out into the world uncorrupted, a breath of fresh air in a polluted society. Provide people with a glimpse of good living and of the living God. Carry the light-giving message into the night so they'll have good cause to be proud of you on the day that Christ returns. You'll be living proof that I didn't go all to this work for nothing. Want to make God proud of you? Don't be a complainer. John Gordon has a great quote. Complaining is like throwing up. You may feel better afterward, but everybody around you is sick. Identify when you're complaining. Then choose a life of thankfulness and use your words to build up people. Start today, because today matters.